Hello, everyone. This is Shalini, and I wanted to check in with you today and ask you, are you feeling this extra layer of stress lately? Have you been feeling anxious, waking up, and not really knowing why you're feeling this heaviness and this anxiety? And are you also just feeling drained energetically? If so, I want to let you know you're not alone, and I've been feeling something similar. I'm generally a very sensitive person energetically, and I feel like there's some big energetic shift happening uh, in our world right now, and I find myself not feeling myself, and I feel like I need to do a lot more than I usually do to take care of myself. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that I've been doing because I know if I'm going through it, someone else also might be experiencing this. And I hope that my sharing helps you know that you're not alone. And I don't know, maybe the tips help you, and maybe this whole conversation allows you to reflect more and see how you can help yourself. So I've been feeling weird lately, not myself. I've been getting headaches. I've been feeling physically drained, and I just feel like, I need to up my self-care game. And so what I've been doing is that number one, I've been asking myself, what's draining your energy? Like, what is sucking your energy? Is it some stresses that you have right now? Like I know, I think a lot about my daughter. She's going through some of her struggles. My dad's been not well, and he's 88. And so there are things on my mind. And these are things that do drain me because I worry, I fear, right? And so just taking stock of what's draining your energy, and is it the current stuff? Is it the past patterns that are coming up? And then, of course, I'm using my own tapping technique to address them, tap on them, and release them, right? The other thing that I've been focusing on is my body. Whenever something's going on energetically, I feel it in my body. And lately, I've been feeling bloated. I've been feeling tired. I've been feeling aches and pains and headaches. And so I've consciously, made an attempt to really uh, focus on what am I feeding myself? How am I fueling myself? And so I've cut off all kinds of processed foods. I've really cut down on sugar. I'm not eating like 80% of the sugar that I was consuming, whether it was, breads or um, cookies and lots of things that I consume on a normal basis. It's not like I'm not an unhealthy eater anyway, but I've had to, really pay even more attention to what I'm eating and really uh, experimenting with myself, like what works for me. Like yogurt works for me. I've done away with 2, 3 times tea. And so just really checking in with myself and really paying attention to how I'm feeding my body, right? And so, like I said, I've upped my self-care game even more than I think my self-care game is pretty solid, right? I meditate every day, I tap every day, I do my exercises every day, I do my daily walk, I tap several times during the day. And so still it's still not enough at this phase of my life. And so I've really upped that game. I'm also doing short naps in the afternoon because that really, I find like I get into this really deep sleep where I feel like literally exhausted. But when I wake up, it could be half an hour, 15 minutes to half an hour. I feel much more refreshed. So, really listening to my body. I'm doing my self-talk walks every day, which I've been doing anyway, but I do that. Um, I really consciously talk to myself about what's going on with me and just acknowledging um, and clearing my heart and clearing my mind, right? And talking about my mind, I've been really watching my mind as well. Like, what are the stories my mind is saying that is like draining me, right? Like, what if this happens? And what if that doesn't happen? And what if that goes wrong? Because the mind, I made a video last year about minding my mind, and I've been uh, really very curiously listening because the mind has nothing nice to say, and it always cooks up stories, it always judges you, right? And so what is my mind saying to me that is also draining? Like, Shalini, you're not doing enough. Shalini, you should be doing more of this, and look at that and look at this. I recently saw a post on someone who had done a retreat. I was just going through the feed and I saw someone who had done a retreat in the Himalayas. And last year I intended to do a retreat, which didn't happen. And so my mind was like, as soon as I came to that page and I was going through it, I saw my mind saying, oh, wow, she did it, you didn't, loser, failure. When are you going to do the next one? Are you, it was just like a maniacal rambling. And I watch these thoughts. So there's so many things that are happening around us, and there's so many things that are draining us constantly. And so, if you're feeling this extra layer of stress and this extra fogginess and mental lack of focus, it's so important to pause, to reflect, and really focus on what's taking you off center, what is making you feel not solid, anchored, and grounded. And so if you're feeling that weirdness, that just know that you're not alone, and we need to create our own tools that help us. And so tapping helps me, self-walk helps me. I'm really paying attention to my body. I'm really paying attention to the foods I'm having. I'm really paying attention to what my mind is making up about every single thing that's going on in my life, and all those what if stories, short naps, like I said. And I'm also drinking a lot of water because water hydrates you. It helps create flow, right? Um, so these are some of the things that I have been doing even more to help myself. And I am curious to know, how are you doing? What are uh, the things that you are using tools to navigate this really challenging, full of changes, and this energetically uh, challenging time? What are you doing? And I hope that this video helped you in some way. And I would love to know. Have your comments about, are you feeling these changes? Are you feeling these shifts? And what are you doing to take care of yourself? And thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. If you found this helpful, do share, do like, do subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.